Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you and enjoy the show.
You know that.
Man, that Middle East is something else. I think Netanyahu, he's setting us up, man. I know he is. He's setting us up because even the UN asked him to quiet down and do something because he done went over there and slaughtered those people over there in the Gaza.
You
And
see, you
he,
see all those people left in his speech.
hey, they afraid because Israel has that Iron Dome, and Iron Dome's supposed to be what they use and stuff to fend off of these airstrikes and stuff from Hezbollah, all those groups and everything. And they've been successful in doing it so far, but they're forcing Iran's hand. They really are. They're forcing them into a corner because they can't lose all of their allies and stuff there in the Middle East that they have. Because if they do, they're gonna lose their power. Even though they've lost a couple of their leaders, they're still gonna be they're still in trouble. Hmm.
Well,
I can't
you know,
believe that. I can't believe that he's keeping on following through with this crap. I really don't. And he's doing that to stay in power.
yeah, that's one of the reasons.
He wants to stay in power, and as long as he can keep that fighting going on, the country of Israel can't really settle in and deal with him as a criminal.
Right. Well, we know he's already a criminal, but the thing is that we already know that this war has been going on for centuries, and then really escalated uh, back in up until what 2010, and then it died off a little bit, but they still had all the conflict. But the thing is, what is this? Is this a religious war or territory war?
This is yet Benjamin Netanyahu's war. He has created this war, and he did it to stay in power. And it's nothing other than that. It's his war. He's the one that's continuing to keep this stuff going on. And he has enough uh, radical folks who are behind him, especially in the military, who are okay with this. Yes, we're going to keep on going. And his thoughts and everything is to destroy the terrorist groups there in the Middle East, there, right around Israel. And a lot of the folks and stuff are saying, okay, but he has a whole country down there that can't settle themselves in and just and get ready to start dealing with him. So every time they start rising up and they have a big rally and stuff out there to get him out of office, he starts some more fighting. He's not concerned about those hostages. That's how this whole thing started, I guess, back last year in
Well,
October.
we can.
It's been up as a year.
I feel sorry for the hostages. No telling what they've been through, what has happened to them. However, we're still talking about hundreds, thousands of people have gotten killed flat out.
Right? Innocent people, children.
Yeah, but this conflict, you know, you say is BB, and it probably is because the way he's ruled and tried, and spread it out that land and start taking that land from a lot of those Palestinians that were there already and moved, and they start building in their own territory that was supposed to be theirs. And that's the way I understand it. And so now, because obviously Israel is growing and they need more land.
Well, what he originally set out to do was to destroy the Palestinians, and he's just about done that. And while he's over there messing with Lebanon now, I have no idea, other than the fact that I think that he is trying to start a war. He
Well, you
wants
have these
a major
different
war there.
groups. You have these different groups, but my understanding now, he's fighting with Yemen, and pretty soon I guess he's gonna be dealing with Syria too.
Well, he better be looking at Iran, because Iran is the one that's now starting to fire today, starting to fire missiles over there to him. And when they start to fire these missiles over there into Israel and everything, there are a war is starting, bro. They have a war going on there with Iran, and how they're going to stop it, I don't know, because he is insistent on doing what the heck he wants to do in that area there, and he's dependent upon the United States to protect him.
Well, the religious group of, I don't know the name of exactly what that religious group is, but they did kill two of their people, major leaders. And so now the reason why they was bombing, shooting those missiles at Israel is because they was retaliating from that.
Well, Israel has kept on and kept on and kept on. They've already killed a bunch of those leaders and stuff over there, Palestinian leaders and Hezbollah folks and everything. But Benjamin he's got it in his mind. Ted, I guarantee you, he's trying to get us into a war. He wants us to get into a war with them. And he's pretty sure that with the pressure on Biden that Trump is giving him here with this election going on, that they're not going to have a choice but to come over there to help him.
Well, like I told you, America don't do anything by themselves anymore. That's why you have the UN.
You know,
Now they will stick by them, but as far as soldiers, I don't think there will be no soldiers on the ground. They have their own military. That's just my opinion. If it is, it's shame on them because it shouldn't be. That's not our war. They've been fighting that war. I was just looking on here. It says that one of the wars that they had was started in 1948 and it ended in 2010. So, and that was against those Islamic people. Arabs and Israeli war in 48 to 73, conflicts between Israel and Arab states with religious undertones.
I don't believe it's a religious or undercurrent this time. I believe that Netanyahu is insistent on keeping
Well,
chaos.
what's wrong with these people? They let him do that.
It's nothing wrong with him. Is that he he thinks that he has the United States over a barrel, because we are here in the United States and everything, and if you listen to everybody's speeches and stuff over here, they they can't afford to let the Jewish people seem like they are against Israel. And even with all this stuff going on over here, you see how powerful APAC and stuff is. They are a very powerful group, and you can't. Most of these politicians is not going to go against them. You see what they did with the election in New York and the one in St. Louis. They got rid of Cory Bush and the other gentleman and stuff over in New York in that election. They spent upwards 10, 15, $20 million and stuff to win their seat. So they did that and everything to scare the
That was
rest
the
of the
Jewish
politicians.
people, though.
Huh?
That was a Jewish organization that did that. That wasn't the Democratic Party. That was a Jewish organization.
That's what I'm saying. The Jewish organization is very powerful and stuff here. And the reason why they swift boated those two congressmen and stuff. Matter of fact, they wanted to swift boat a couple more. The lady up in Michigan and the young lady in Minnesota, the representative, because they were talking against Israel because for the Palestinians, telling them that they were wrong for doing it, and because they opened their mouth and were talking against Israel, they swift boated two of them. So what they're doing now is that they're putting the other Congress people on notice that, hey, if you don't follow Israel or do what we say do, we're going to get you. And right now, Kamala
Money
can't
talks.
Kamala can't uh, speak out and stuff in because she's in a very tight race, and anything she says and stuff is being put under microscope. Whereas the guy on the other side, her competition, Trump, he can say
Well,
anything he wants to say,
all of
and
this
he doesn't
is
care.
fine. All of this is wonderful and fine, as far as the Jewish people taking up for their nationality. They are Americans, supposed to be first. However, the thing is that the American people, and when I mean American people, I'm talking about the leadership who's in charge now, they have to come straight out, in my opinion. They have to come straight out and say, hey, the Jewish nation is our allies,
They
and we
have,
will support them.
they have.
That's it. And bottom line, that's their war.
No,
Now they need our
they
support.
it has. They are so APAC is so strong, man, and Jewish the delegation and stuff in the United States are so strong that they can determine what policies and stuff and everything in this United States. They determine some of those policies, and they're very strong at
They
doing
got
that.
money. When you say strong, it's just money.
Right. Whatever, money, whatever. They got power, and they are wheeling it and stuff and put it in there. And Netanyahu is letting them wield that power and stuff to back him up. And he's daring them not to back him. He's putting the people in Israel in danger. He is daring the United States not to back him. He's
Did you
daring the
see?
United
Did
States
you?
not to send him weapons.
I've never seen Israel or Tel Aviv. That was Tel Aviv that showed it. I've never seen that city is huge, bro. Did you see? Did you see those pictures that they were shooting them bombs over?
Mm-mm.
Those missiles?
No, I haven't
Man,
seen it.
that was like looking at New York or Chicago. I mean, they had more high rises there than Chicago. Gorgeous looking buildings too, bro.
They have no other place to go for their citizenry except up. If you can't spread out, the only way you can house your citizenry is going up. And so they're subjected to having these high rises because they got a very, very small territory there. And like I said, that's another reason why Benny is trying to get some more of that land. He wants to annex some more of that land so he can have Israel settlements and stuff out there
Well,
because they are jam packed in a very, very small area.
I heard they was giving a layout on Iran. You talking about? They say that place is bigger than some country. It's huge. and they're all over the place in Iran. So for anybody to go and fight on the ground, it'd be like fighting almost like Afghanistan or something. So, and they are capable of defending themselves. So I think that BB is going to have to. He's going to have to tuck his tail under his legs.
He's not going to do that. He is set forth on a path right now, and he is not going back. He dead set, man, on doing what he wants to do over there, and he dead set that he's going to bring the United States into a war.
Well, we know that Iran hate America, and
Right?
they definitely hate the Jews.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that, and I'm saying this because number one, you have so many cells over in this country that are Iranians, and I don't know how many millions, but you got quite a few million people, and they do go back and forth. They go home too. They come here to make money, so that's America's got a lot on their plate
A lot, man. They have a lot on their plate
because you
now,
got the
and it's
Palestinians here, you got the Afghanistani people here, you got the Iraqi people here. I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no few hundred. We're talking hundreds of thousands.
yep. And
That's
you
and
have
they got dual citizenship.
and you have a huge Palestinian community there in Michigan and stuff who is a big voting bloc there that can turn the election either way.
Hundreds of thousands of them.
Right, that they can turn the election either way. So that Kamala is walking a
Well, let's put it
very
like
very
this.
very fine fence.
Let's put it like this. If they vote or don't vote, if they vote against or they don't vote, they're voting. They're not voting for themselves because if Trump get in office, he will bomb. He will start a war in Iran.
I don't believe he's going to do that. I don't believe he's going to do that. He is so dependent on Putin and some of the other dictators and stuff around the country. He's not going to do that. He's a chicken. He's not going to do that. Trump is a chicken. He is not going to do that. He wants to get friendly with those other dictators, and he wants to be a dictator in this country. He's a bully. He's a chicken, and he's a bully. That's all he is. He has no gumption, no heart, no nothing to do anything like that, to start no war with Iran, all the way over there. He's not going to do that. He is not going to do it. He's a bully, and Iran is not going to let him bully them around, especially since Putin is kind of shaking Iran's hand because they're looking at Iran as being an ally with them and China. So he's not going to do that. Putin is not going to let him do that. He's not, and that's why I think Benny Netanyahu is playing a dangerous game because he thinks that if Trump gets in office and stuff and everything, that Trump going to back him up better than Harris and stuff will. He knows that Harris is going to stand up to him and everything and tell him, hey, you need to calm your crap down. We need to get this stuff together. And she is not going to immediately send him help if he gets into trouble over there with Iran. But he thinks Trump going to come over there and help him more than Harris will. But I don't think Trump will. Trump going to let him sit there and simmer and die over there in Israel because he don't care nothing about them Jews. He's already told them. He then went into their house and told them, if he loses, it's your fault. He crazy. I'm telling you. But he is a bully.
Well, he was pleading for money then. He said, in other words, I need more money.
Well, he has enough billionaires and stuff backing him up right now to where whatever he needs some money, they're going to give it to him. Plus, he has people overseas and stuff and everything that will send money over there to help him anytime he gets ready. Anytime he says he needs some money for his election, he's going to get it. He might not get as much as he wants, but they're going to send him some money. My
Okay,
thing
now,
is, my thing is that we are in a precarious situation here because there is so much stuff going on now that we and the stuff is just piling up, and we're not going to be able to handle this stuff anymore. Look at uh the longshoreman strike. You talking about creating some havoc in this country, man. Them boys is going. It's already started. They already striking today, the first day they just strike, and they're gonna create havoc,
hey,
man. If we
Trump
can't,
boys, hey, Trump boys is doing him a favor.
well, I don't believe that they think that they're doing it because of Trump. I believe that their president, the union president, knows right now he got these boys over a barrel. This is the best time in the world to have a strike because he gonna get what the hell he want. He got him
That
over a
might be
barrel.
true too.
He got him over a barrel, man. We
Cause wait a minute.
and
How you gonna be making a medium salary? This is a medium salary, $93,000, and most of them make over 200,000, 150 and above.
right,
And now you say you want to make what? 50% more?
70% more.
So you're gonna be making $300,000 now.
Absolutely, if that's what they want, and they may get it because they got like I'm saying, they got this country over a barrel. Look at what's going on, man, in the South and the East, in North Carolina. What happened there? In Tennessee, what happened there? What's going on down there in Florida? That hurricane, man, came in there and created some havoc, and they're gonna need steel. They're going to need all kinds of stuff to be imported into this country to help these people to get out of their crisis that they got going on. There's no way that this country can stand two interstates being shut down and going through these states. I-40 and I-26. Bridges went out. Water just came in and tore it up. And we got another one coming up, up through the Gulf and everything. We have no idea what it's going to do. We still haven't gotten out of that mess that they'd had over there in Louisiana and stuff, because the people still over there struggling over there now, but nobody's putting a highlight on it. The only thing they're putting a highlight on is North Carolina. And North Carolina, they, that storm tore that place up over there, man. Them hillbillies up in here, them in the mountain, they, they have one hell of a time. I should be laughing, but
They
it's a
got
mess.
people here in Florida talking about they leaving the state.
You're leaving the state. All around there in your area, right there around Tampa. They said they getting the hell out of there. So and these people trying to sell their houses, whether they tore up or not, they getting the hell out of there. We got a lot of bad stuff going on, man. Then we got this election getting ready to happen here going on. Then Trump saying that if he don't win the general election and all that, he gonna create havoc and stuff and everything. And we got a lot of stuff going on, man. Now, you can't tell me that it's going to take 4 years to rebuild that damage that was done to Interstate 40.
That's what they're saying.
4 years. 4 years. A major highway that they have truckers coming through there all the time through the mountain trying to get back to the Midwest, bringing goods and services from New Jersey, Philly port, Baltimore port, They got to come through Interstate 40. They got the strike going on now, so
I know that the FEMA got something like 600,000 meals and all kinds of water, and this is going to cost this country $1 trillion.
it's gonna cost them more than that, man. It's gonna cost them more than that. It's gonna cost more than that, man. That rain, that man, you can't stop no water, man, when it want to go. When that water got so bad that it broke a dam down and drowned it, a whole section of people and stuff and everything, it's bad. And they got another dam that they said they don't know if that baby is going to hold up or not, and they still trying to figure out what the heck to do with it. They dumping water off of that daggone dam so fast it's a crying shame. And they done told them people, you better evacuate because we don't know what's going to happen. Because that thing go, they got a whole section, man. The whole western section of North Carolina going to be flooded.
Well, about 10 years ago, and I want to make a correction here because usually I flip it, but I said that Florida had 30 million people. Now, Florida has 22 million, Texas has 30 million, and California has
That's
40
40.
million.
Right.
So I'll correct that. Also, I did check your AI, and they do
Cody. 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 I told you that.
they do the coding.
And the reason why I know, Ted, because I have asked it to do it, and it has. It sent me some coding. I asked it to code something for me, and it did. It sent me the code out, and it worked. All I did was put the code and stuff in there, and that daggone thing worked. So I know it does it.
Okay.
I did that last year. So anyway, let's get back here. Uh, you had what now going on? We got the Middle East. You done with the Middle East yet?
Yeah, I'm done with Middle East. I mean, I could say some more, but I'm done with it.
Well, now I got to bring up something here about our clown. He done changed his hair color. You know that, did you? You saw his hair color is purple now. he, he done gone from orange to purple. He, he, the other day, he was out here purple hair. This nigga crazy. He, he done went down there to Georgia, down in Valdosta, last big city before you get to the Florida border, and sat there and got a conference and lied his butt off. Even the governor of Georgia,
A Republican, I dare
a
say.
Republican governor in Georgia, and, I guess they all shaking their head. So who we got here? He sat there and lied. I mean, bald face lied. he said, Biden didn't care about them Republicans and stuff in the Republican stronghold area. He ain't even been down here to Georgia and ain't said nothing. He don't like y'all Republicans down here. But he had just called the governor up the day before that. The governor didn't take the call, but he called him right back. He said, Biden asked him, what do you need? Whatever you need, we're gonna try to get it to you. He said, no, we don't need a whole lot of stuff. We can take care of it, but if we do, we know how to run through that red tape and get the federal assistance if we need it. But Trump said the next day he didn't call and didn't say nothing. Got on TV and said he didn't call and didn't do nothing. And most of the folks down there in Valdosta knew he was lying when he said it because they heard the governor on the TV. And then he said Roy Cooper in North Carolina, he he don't care about them the folks up in the mountains, up in the hills, up in there because they are Republicans. And the man just been over there walking in mud, knee deep in mud, up in the mountains. So they asked him on TV. He said, What do you think about it?" I know Roy wanted to tell him, he tell that purple haired rascal he can kiss what the sun don't shine. But he didn't. He was real polite. But I never told him, you can, because he already term limited, so he can't run again. So I think I'd have told him, hey, y'all get that purple headed son of a gun out of my face. Oh man. But they still tied. I can't believe this.
I don't go by polls, bro. I don't even go by polls. I don't even listen to it.
You got a lot of polls. It ain't just one or two. You got a whole lot of polls saying the same thing. They still tied. But there's a glimmer of hope there because the New York Times just endorsed Kamala Harris to be the president. And they sent out a whole list of, of items explaining why they thought that she would be the best candidate. And it made him look real bad. Real bad. So the New York Times is not the kind of newspaper. They've always been backing Trump up. They've been backing him up all kind of ways, making excuses for him and everything. And for them to turn around and say, "Hey, we can't stand it. This country can't stand 4 more years of this rascal being in being behind the behind the desk there at the White House. We can't handle it." So that's the glimmer of hope for her. Ted, I'm done. You next.
Well, I'm gonna say something here that's totally changing the subject.
Go ahead.
This is about our black folks,
Okay.
and I saw this YouTube. It was only about 7 or 8 minutes, and the guy made a lot of sense, saying that black men are very confused, and a lot of females are very confused. And I'm gonna put these numbers out here. 32% of black women are married in this country. 12% divorced. 5% separated. 9% widowed. And 42% never been married. 42% of women, black women, have never been married. Now, let's do the same thing with the black male, and their marital status is married, 29% married, 11% divorced, 5% separated, 6% widowed, and 48% of black males have never been married. Now think about that. Now the thing is, the nucleus. Everybody say, well, what really brings the family together? The nucleus, the husband and the wife, and the kids, and all of that. And then they combine their salaries, or maybe the woman don't work and whatever. The fact is that you have the nucleus family. Well, we're not living like that now. I heard somebody say that in the 50s, the 40s and the 50s, it was 70% that were married. What has happened? Because the thing is that when you talk about limit women's rights, and I'm just gonna put my opinion out here. When you talk about women's rights, they're able to work, get careers, be professionals. My understanding, and I didn't know this, they said that women couldn't even get a credit card until middle 70s, 73, 74. Couldn't even get a credit card. They couldn't even buy their own home. Now you have women that are doctors, lawyers, engineers, professional people, management, all of that, the whole 9 yards. So the competition is there as far as, but what are they competing against? They were competing against themselves, or they competing whatever. I know, the professional jobs out there is competitive, or even having your own business is competitive. But your relationships, what is going on with the black relationships? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Because how can you have 48% of the males, that's almost 50% of men, well, it's more than 50%, because you're talking about 11% or 12% almost is divorced. So, and then you got a separation. So the thing is something, and I classify myself as a Christ follower, if you want to call it Christian, I mean, whatever. But the bottom line is that they're saying here 71% or 72% of these men they classify them, 73% of the men classify themselves, identify as Christians. That don't make no sense. How you gonna be a Christian and you don't seek a wife? The woman don't choose the man choose the woman. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong, Ed?
Well,
I mean, it's
I
the
got,
man that chooses the woman. She agrees to it, but what I'm saying is, it's not a whole lot. There's some women that have asked men, let's get married. But what I'm saying is, majority of the men, because the biblical scriptures say, find a wife. You find a good thing. So what I'm saying is that when I hear conversations, I go in these different chat rooms and what have you, and I hear these people commenting about, and they dogging black men, and the black men is dogging the black women. And I think the first thing is respect. Now, nobody says that there's nothing wrong with being argumentative, there's nothing wrong with being disagreeable, but you have to give that person respect and honor. I mean, I would say 80%, 85% of the time, because you're going to always come with disagreements. You might disagree in finance, you might disagree in raising your children, you might disagree in, you shouldn't be working too late or this or that, whatever the case may be. But the point is that this right here is hurting the black community in so many ways, because now you got these single people that's running around, and single women. Hey, we going to go. Oh, I got pregnant and had a baby. They raised the baby by themselves.
mm-hmm.
Now that's not a put down. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to marry you. Hey, we had a nice time. I made a mistake. I got pregnant. Boom. So I'm just saying, how you gonna call yourself identify as a Christian 73%, and the women are 71%?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to marriage? That's what I want to know. What happened to marriage? Because I think that this is my own perception, and I might be wrong. I might be wrong on this. I don't know, but I think a lot of people are so engrossed with material. What kind of car you driving? What kind of house you got? What kind of clothes you wearing? What kind of profession you got? All of that. Who you hanging around with? And I understand the class situation, as far as that kind of thing. I understand that. Class ain't all about just money. Class is a lot of things involved in class, you know. So what I'm saying is, to me, and I'm just saying, anybody that hear this, hey, y'all need to be thinking and learning about yourself. Because can't nobody make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. You can love somebody. I love my wife. I've been married for 50 years. I love my wife unconditional. She can't do nothing wrong. I might be upset that she did something wrong, but hey, I forgive you. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is that a lot of people get hung up in little stupid mistakes or little things that your feelings is hurt or what have you, or just because some girl come up and hug you that you knew 20 years ago, and then it's a big fallout, unnecessarily. But now the thing is, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be done with it. The thing is that it can't be infidelity. That's the one thing, and that's biblical. It can't be infidelity. You cannot be messing around and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, I've been married 15 years, but you know what? I have taken people out, females, to lunch because that was my profession. Because we was having a business meeting. And I think what happens is that these people, if you call yourself a Christian, you ain't got no business lusting after people. That's one of the things, one of the worst things you could do. I mean, yeah, you can admire somebody, and if you think they're attractive and all that kind of stuff, but you can't be lusting at, because that lust will get in your heart. That lust get in your mind. I'm telling you, man, you cannot be
uh,
lusting after people. So what I'm
uh,
saying is, I'm just telling people, and then you can't be, like you got these people now that, just having sex with willy nilly and all that kind of stuff, and fornication. Hey, that's wrong too. Christians, fornication is wrong too.
well, kid, that's why you've been married for 50 years. That's why you've been married for 50 years. And that was the reason why when you told me that it was getting up there and everything, I said, man, you are a rare item. You are even rarer than a diamond. Especially with people of color, black people of color. You are a rare item. Because that's not what our population and stuff and everything now is doing, and that's why you see those numbers and stuff so high. We Most of them don't think that way. They have an idea that this is how they want to live, and this is
Well,
how
I'm
we.
just saying, you can't call
This
you
is
you,
how
you call
our.
yourself a Christian, but yet still you out there committing fornication.
But this is how our community is, and most of them, those 70% who go over there and call themselves a Christian. Some of them call themselves a Christian, but they probably haven't even darkened the door of a church other than Easter and Christmas probably. And the rest of the time, they just,
Well,
I'm still a Christian, but I ain't going to church.
well, that's true, but I mean, going to church is not, all and win all,
Absolutely,
but it helps,
absolutely,
keep you grounded if that's what you need.
it does.
I went to church for 30-something years straight. But the point is, I barely go now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an old man. But what I'm
Yep.
saying is, all I'm saying is that when I look at and I hear these people talking, and they're just arguing about nothing, just and then it's about you give, I give. The point is that you have to let that person be that person. As long as you know that they're not going to be, you can trust them. I can trust that person. I know that person is not going to hurt me. I know he's not going to embarrass my family. That's an embarrassing thing. You going around and you messing around with some other woman on the side, and then you get caught, and you got 2 or 3, 4 kids, and then all of a sudden, boom, you didn't embarrass your kids, you didn't embarrass your wife, you didn't embarrass yourself and your
And,
community.
and they don't care. Those folks do not care, Ted. And fornication, lusting after somebody else's partner, or lusting after a single woman who was out there. That's the thing. You can go into any office and stuff, and any major corporations and stuff in this country, and you're gonna have black men up in there, and they're in there with a group of buddies and stuff. And when they go out to have a drink together and everything, what are they talking about? What are they talking about?
I know, because I had to
Okay,
stop hanging out with those type of guys.
absolutely. You got that, and that's what the thing is. They all are doing that, and it's not just in a small way. It is all over, and that's how we are progressing and stuff now. And there and it's not only going with the men, it's the women too. That's the same thing going on. They're married and stuff.
But
Hey,
let me tell
man,
you what
man,
a
they act
lot of the
right. They
women,
get out there.
here's what the women are doing. Now, we talked about the red pill and the blue pill, right? Remember
Hmm.
that?
Hmm.
Well, there's a lady that's out there right now. And there's quite a few of them out there now. Not just her, but she's the main drag. She called herself Priscilla the Queen Maker.
Hmm.
And all she and it ain't nothing but women saying that you
Hmm.
don't need a man.
Hmm. Yeah,
And I went on her YouTube and was looking at all her stuff, talking about them, and she said a man don't know how to love a woman and blah 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 blah, all this
hmm
mess. And
hmm
I'm saying to myself, you know, and she's acting like she's I guess she's supposed to be a lesbian, but I think she goes both ways. But I don't know, and that's her business. But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is that she is bringing all these women with her and persuading them that you don't need a man because a man ain't no good.
Absolutely. And she
Now,
has a
what
lot.
would make a man
There's
no
a
good?
and she has a lot of followers because a lot of them women, just like I was just saying, they believe that. They want to believe that. And it's kind of a vicious circle going on, Ted. It's just a vicious circle going on out there. They believe this. Now, I've been with my wife for 30 years now. So hey, I'm stuck. I ain't gonna make that 5-0. I know that because I ain't gonna live that long.
But you understand what the only thing I'm saying is that when you have 48% of men,
I didn't understand.
now it's the man that has to go. They see a woman that they love and they want.
Now, I would bet if they did a survey of all those single men who had not gotten married, I'd almost bet that half of them have a woman at home and they have children, but they have not gotten married.
Shacking up.
Shacking up, shacking
You
up
might be right on that. If you look at those
because
statistics, I bet you.
and in their mind, it's easier to get rid of them and break apart than it is to go ahead and pool your resources together and become tied. So they want that escape route. Matter of fact, both of them probably does. They want that thing where they can get out quick, and they keep on, they keep on, and they keep on, they keep on, and the years go by, and the decades go by, and I guarantee you, some of them probably have been together for 30, 35, 40 years and never been married because they still got in their mind. Because time has gone by, so as long as she doesn't say anything and he doesn't say anything, they consider themselves married. That that's my man, that's my husband, that's my man, and that's it. Yeah, they want to get out. Yeah, they want to be tied down to anybody because I might have to get out quick. So it's just there, and that's in their mentality and stuff there.
Well, when you got 48% and
Yeah,
42
and that's
that's
why those
never
numbers,
been married,
and that's probably why those numbers are so close between the male and the female. They are so close together because they got that same idea. I ain't getting married to him, and he ain't getting married to me, and they live together. I
because we
don't
know we
suspect.
know we know majority of the women and the men are getting together. We know that because babies are being made.
Absolutely. But they also are staying together. They live together. They probably done bought a house together, but they aren't married.
Don't want to make that commitment.
Don't make that commitment.
Well, that's what marriage is commitment.
Right. They don't want to make that commitment. Neither one of
Marriage is about
them.
trust,
And
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 marriage
and
is
and
about commitment.
and if either one of them opens their mouth and says something, wait, we need to tie this up, the other one gonna get they're gonna get scared. Now you just want my money. You want to get me. And they don't want that to happen. So the other party who's saying it, they're saying, well, I'm gonna leave it alone because if I do, I run them away. So because they want to stay there with them, they want to keep peace in the family because they got children sitting there at the household and stuff and everything that they are raising, and it's going on.
And you wonder why so many kids are running around acting stupid and silly.
Well, I wouldn't say all of them are like that, but I'm just saying that there's, mom and dad, they together, and that's mom, that's dad, but they're not married. And that's the way it is, Ted. And we just some kind of way we're gonna have to make it through this time here and happen to realize that
Well,
sometimes you
it
need to
starts
go.
in the church, bro. I don't know why these people, these
And that's
so-called
why.
ministers, are not preaching this.
And if you look in the news media that's going on now, you'll find out that black churches are finding it very, very hard to bring in young folks into the church. They find it very hard to bring young people into the church.
And one thing for sure, because these doggone ministers, a lot of these ministers can't keep themselves together. I mean, when I when I was in California, I had probably the best pastor in the world in California, and then I come out here. Every church that I went to, it was some kind of scandal with the
Mm-hmm.
husband.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what was going on with the wife, but all I know with the husband
Mm-hmm.
messing around
Mm-hmm.
with one of the parishioners.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And so how you gonna be an example? How you gonna be an example? You know,
They
like my
don't care.
philosophy is this. You know what Joseph did? You know what Joseph did?
Go ahead. Tell me what Joseph did.
When that lady grabbed him, he ran out of that coat. You gotta run, bro.
Well, these these pastors ain't gonna run, bro.
Boy, that's
They're
what I'm
not.
saying.
They're not gonna run. And the majority of them, if they get caught, they gonna sit down and, well, forgive me, I sinned, and I ain't gonna do this no more. And they'll turn around after they've been forgiven and they'll do it again.
For 10 or 15 minutes, if that long, of pleasure.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's
It
what they
don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no
yeah,
sense because the fact is that, vice versa, male or female, whoever mess around. But what I'm saying is that when you do something like that, you have totally disrespected your other half, totally disrespected your family.
it's
For 10 or
evident, Ted.
15 minutes of pleasure.
It's evident that they don't care. It just doesn't matter to them. And if I get caught, so what? I'm gonna get through that and everything will be fine. If I'm not, I ain't married, so hey, we go ahead on.
And then the thing is, they're sitting there living in what they call sin.
Hey, it's that morality is not
How you
there.
gonna how you gonna sit there and you shacking up with somebody and you
It,
going to church?
the morality is not there. They don't care.
You know what if you read Romans chapter 2, I think it is. If you read Romans chapter 2, God will give you a seared heart and turn you over to a reprobate. You can't, and I don't care what kind of sin you do, whether it's homosexual or if it's adultery, fornication, whatever. But I'm not talking
I,
about.
I I understand what you
I'm,
said, and
I'm,
I'm
I'm
just
just saying
it.
when I saw that and I hear all of this conversation and all this chirping, 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 and the thing is, a man has to respect a woman's wishes if a woman wants to have a career and she's smart, and if she's making 200,000 and you're only making 50, and if that woman thinks, oh well, he ain't good enough for me now because he only making $50,000, or he's working as a whatever,
Mhm.
that's a problem.
Well, that's
And
what's
vice
going on.
versa.
That's what's going on. If you look at these reality shows and stuff that's going on all around, Housewives of Atlanta, all of them, they all got the same stuff going on, just like we just said. The woman making all the money, and their boyfriends and their men, in actuality, he's living off of them. And people watch these shows. They shows are very popular. It,
And then
hey,
there are women that live off of men, and because he's making a nice salary,
hmm
and she might not even work, or maybe she might work, and he don't want her to work
hmm
because hey, I can take care of you. You ain't got no business working.
hmm and
And
then
she say, I
they
want to work because that's why I went to school.
and when that happens and stuff, the first thing that women think is that you're trying to control me.
There you go.
You trying to control
And,
me.
and and a man shouldn't see. This is what you call. That's why I was telling you to look at that little video because it's called hierarchy. In the Bible, and see the thing is you have to adapt. And see, I know what the Bible says. It says man, God, and woman,
hmm
but you have to adapt because it says that you are supposed to be one. The only thing a man should be doing is being able to protect your wife as best you can.
hmm
But other than that, she go a woman's gonna do what she want to do anyway,
Absolutely,
in your face or behind your back.
absolutely, and that is so true.
So you might as well just let her
And
do what she wants to do so that she can be happy.
absolutely, absolutely,
Be happy.
and I'm okay with that because that's why I tell her, hey, I'm getting ready to go. Okay, fine, bye.
Yeah,
I can't tell her, if she out there messing up, I can't stop that. That's my philosophy. That's fine.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
okay. I'm okay. But
But the
anyway,
main
Ted,
thing is that what we
we
want.
we have to close here, brother. We getting close here, man. We got 58. We have 58 minutes here, and I know it's gonna take us at least 5 minutes to close, so we're gonna be over time. What's your closing?
Well, my thing is what you was just saying when we first started. It's a lot of mess. A
Absolutely.
lot of mess. And it's really not. And why do I say that?
It,
Because the
and
reason why it's not a lot is because these are things that what America goes through all the time. We go through this stuff all the time. I mean, it never stops. It's always something. It's always going to be something. If it ain't a hurricane, it's an earthquake. If it ain't an earthquake, it's something else. A big fire. If it ain't that, it's something else.
if it
So
ain't a
it's
war,
always going to be something.
if it's not a war going on, they are it's internal fighting. If whatever.
But the
It's
thing
but
is, it's the politics, Ed. It's the politics. And the people, um, they sway stuff. They do a whole lot of misinformation. Just like you just made that point about what Trump said. All this misinformation. I saw on TikTok showing Trump going walking in the river, calling himself helping somebody. Now you know damn well Trump wasn't no walking in no damn river with boots on.
mm-mm.
That was AI. Even I knew that.
Well, my thing and stuff out here, I am sort of frustrated here and everything about what's going on and seeing all this stuff happen. But like you said, we can make it. We're gonna make it through this some kind of way. We're gonna figure out a way and make it through. And if we can't get too high and too low, yes, I tell my children, I don't care how bad something is, the sun gonna rise in the morning.
That's
I,
right. If we
I,
get
I
up,
don't care. I don't care how bad it is. The sun gonna rise in the morning, and it's gonna look better. And if you keep getting up, and the sun gonna keep rising, and it's gonna keep getting better. So let's keep getting up, and everything gonna be fine. We're gonna
oh
figure out a
yeah,
way how to do it, and sometimes these things are in a plan. That's his plan, Ted. He has a
I
plan
agree.
out here. He has a
I
plan
agree.
out here. He has a plan.
I agree.
So we have to believe that he has a plan. No matter what, there is a plan out there for us, and we're going to get through this. And I I believe if we can't get this country to elect a black woman, because that's going to be the hardest thing in the world for this country to trust a black woman to be the head of the free world. And if we have to get that knucklehead and stuff in office, we're gonna have to figure out a way how to get through this crap and everything because this man gonna create all kind of havoc. So get ready. And like I said, the sun gonna rise in the morning. We're gonna figure out a way how to get out of it. But I do believe that we're gonna have a black female president. How it's gonna happen, I don't know, but we're gonna have it. And don't forget, people, the vice presidential debate is this evening. Probably going to start in a few minutes. So you guys out there, watch that debate. It's going to be very, very important. It's going to be interesting to see what Mr. Walsh does. Very interesting. See what he does against that Dr. Vance, as I call him. he's a woman doctor. He's a woman doctor. You know how to doctor on them women.
Ooh, you're
he,
a mess.
he can tell him if they're cat or whatever, they're a cat woman.
You're a mess.
Hey man, he's a mess. But that's what we got coming here, people and stuff. But we're gonna get through this some kind of way. So anyway, we are way past our time. So people, we will see you people and stuff on Thursday, and when we come back and stuff, I know there's gonna be a lot of comments and stuff about what happened tonight in this vice presidential election. I think I'm gonna watch this one. I didn't watch the vice president and the ex-president and stuff debating everything because I didn't want to see that white man beat up on that black woman, but it looked like she beat his butt up. So now I can watch these two right now, these two vice presidential candidates. I can watch them because they two white men going against each other. So I'm gonna see how tough Walsh is or how tough Vance is. So we guys will see you all Thursday. Bye bye.